Hello there YouTube, it's your boy B3 back with another kicking action figure review. Today we are continuing our big reviews of Marvel 3 3/4 inch stuff with the Marvel Universe Scarlet Spider number 014. Yeah, his stand says Spider-Man, which is, you know, incorrect, but I guess he is a Spider-Man. But yeah, he is a pretty neat little guy. Let's take a look at his one and only accessory here, his stand. As you can see, he goes on it quite nicely with his little peggy holes. And you got Marvel. And his feet don't overlap his name and number and stuff. Some characters do. So it's nice that he doesn't. Pretty cool. That's his one and only accessory. He doesn't have the web line that a lot of spiders came with. But that web line wasn't my favorite accessory anyway. Articulation-wise, you have side-to-side on the head. He doesn't really look up, though, which is kind of not great for a character known for swinging around the city. Am I right, folks? You got up and down on the arms. They could come up a little higher, but the articulation this guy has is actually pretty incredible for a 3 3/4 inch figure, and they do not make figures like this anymore, especially Hasbro. You go around, bicep swivel, single elbow bend, wrist as in rotation. There actually is a lot of good torso articulation under this rubber hoodie. You got forward on the legs, in and out, kind of back, but only if you want it kicking out to the side as well. It can't. Oh, actually, it goes straight back better than I thought it would. Whoa! I murdered Spider-Man. So yeah, if you don't want the leg to pop off, you also have to kick it to the side when it kicks back, which isn't my favorite. It's because he has a hard plastic bussy instead of a rubber bussy covering. You do have a thigh swivel, a double knee bend, and then you have up and down on the feeties, rotation, and you saw the peg holes on the feet. Pretty cool. A lot of the stuff on his body isn't actually sculpted onto him, like his web shooters are free-floating, but they don't flop around. They're actually really nice and tight. The belt does flop around, but the hoodie doesn't. It stays pretty excellently in place, and, you know, his little ankle pouches stay in place. A lot of people make fun of the ankle pouches, but I kind of think they make sense for a character as flexible as Scarlet Spider, especially since Scarlet Spider is like largely a homeless character. He needs bags or he can get them, you know. Detail and paint-wise, you know, this buck was used on several spoders. He's a little loose here on the leggies. But it's not a bad one at all. I mean, they even painted the little clasps and stuff on the bags and stuff. That's metallic silver on the belt and everything. He's fully painted. He looks really good. They even sculpted the tassels on the hoodie. The eyes are painted real clean. He's a very well done Scarlet Spider figure, in all honesty. And I think this might have even been the first Scarlet Spider figure I ever had? Maybe? I don't recall having one as a kid, so yeah, I think this was the first one I ever had. Pretty cool, though. So now let's get into size comparisons. Here's Scarlet Spider with a couple other 3 3/4 inch Marvel figures. Here on the left we have the Iron Man 2 Concept Series Ultimate Armor Iron Man, which is basically a Mark IV Iron Man from the MCU. And he scales well with that line, which is my favorite 3 3/4 inch line of all time before Marvel Legends, or Marvel Universe, sorry. And then here on the right we have another Marvel Universe figure, so something from his own line. It is Thor from the Iron Man vs. Thor comic 2-pack. Pretty cool, and he seems to scale great with both of these lines. He scales well with his own line, and that's really all that matters, but he seems to scale well with other 3 3/4 inch Marvel lines from the time, which is great. And lastly, I do want to show him off with just a 6-inch Marvel Legend. So here he is with the second release of the Kane Scarlet Spider. I believe this one was from the SPDR Build-A-Figure wave, I think. And it's one of my favorite Marvel Legends in my collection, because I love Kane. He's my favorite Scarlet Spider, sorry. But yeah, he really towers over Ben Reilly here, kind of the opposite of what he does in fans' eyes. So that's just how he'll look. If you're one of those people that doesn't really care about scale and you just put all your similar characters together no matter the scale, that's about what he'll look like. So all in all, what are my final thoughts on the Marvel Universe 014 Scarlet Spider figure from Hasbro? he's a cool little figure. As a 3 3/4 inch figure, he holds up. He doesn't really hold a candle to anything 6 inch, especially current 6 inch stuff, but he's still a really fun little figure. If you're a big fan of the 3 3/4 inch scale, I think you will actually really like this guy. Sadly, as much as I would love to keep him and all my Spider characters, you know, forever, I actually am going to be selling him in my store, so check out the links below. I don't know if he'll be in my online or physical store yet, but he'll be in one of them. I'm selling off all my 3 3/4 inch stuff, because in order to buy a figure, I have to sell a figure. That's my current rule. I gotta keep room in the apartment, you know? And money in the wallet. So that's it. Thank you all once again, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.